John D. Rockefeller is a name synonymous with wealth, power, and success. As the founder of Standard Oil and one of the wealthiest individuals in history, Rockefeller knew exactly what it took to build a fortune that would last generations. But how did he do it? How did he turn his humble beginnings into an empire? And how can we apply his proven path to wealth in our own lives? In this video, we'll explore the strategies that made John D. Rockefeller a legendary figure in the world of finance. Whether you're looking to retire early, build generational wealth, or simply achieve financial freedom, the lessons from Rockefeller's life are timeless and transformative. If you're serious about learning the secrets to never working again, stick with me until the end. You won't want to miss these game-changing insights. Let's dive in. Start early and be consistent. One of the keys to John D. Rockefeller's monumental success was his ability to start early and maintain consistent progress. Rockefeller didn't wait for the perfect opportunity to present itself. He took action when he was still young, working his first job as a bookkeeper at the age of 16. By the time he was in his early 20s, he had already begun investing and building wealth. What made Rockefeller so successful in his early years was not just his ambition, but his focus on long-term goals. Unlike many people who get distracted by short-term gains, Rockefeller kept his eyes on the bigger picture. He made smart investments and took calculated risks. It wasn't about making quick money. It was about building a foundation that would create lasting wealth. Rockefeller's consistency was key. He didn't just work hard for a few years and then relax. He worked tirelessly for decades. His secret was to focus on incremental growth, consistently investing and expanding his business over time. This approach is crucial for anyone who wants to achieve lasting wealth. The lesson here? Start early and remain consistent in your efforts. Even if you're only able to set aside a small amount of money or invest a few hours a week toward your financial goals, consistency will lead to success over time. Reinvest your profits. Rockefeller's fortune didn't come from simply earning money. It came from reinvesting his profits to create even more wealth. From the very beginning of his career, he understood the value of reinvestment. As he built Standard Oil, he continually reinvested his earnings back into the company, allowing it to grow and expand exponentially. Rather than taking his profits and spending them on luxuries or personal indulgences, Rockefeller made sure that most of his wealth went right back into his business. This mindset allowed him to compound his wealth and scale his operations in ways that competitors simply couldn't match. By constantly reinvesting, Rockefeller built one of the most powerful monopolies in history. For you, this means taking the money you make and putting it back into investments. Whether it's stocks, real estate, or your own business, reinvesting profits is one of the most effective ways to grow your wealth exponentially. The more you reinvest, the faster your wealth can compound, bringing you closer to financial freedom. If you're serious about never working again, start thinking about your profits as tools for future growth. Reinvest and watch your money multiply. Control your industry. John D. Rockefeller's rise to prominence was powered by his ability to dominate his industry. Through his company, Standard Oil, Rockefeller controlled nearly 90% of the U.S. oil industry at its peak. But how did he achieve this level of control? One of the key strategies Rockefeller used was vertical integration. This approach meant he didn't just control the oil wells. He controlled every step of the production process. From refining oil to transporting it to distributing it to consumers, Rockefeller ensured that every link in the chain was part of his empire. By controlling the entire supply chain, Rockefeller was able to reduce costs, improve efficiency, and undercut his competition. This level of control gave him an unprecedented advantage, allowing him to dictate prices and maximize profits. It wasn't enough to just be a part of the industry. Rockefeller wanted to own it. For today's aspiring wealth builders, the lesson here is clear. Find ways to control your market, whether it's through creating a unique product, offering a service that no one else provides, or acquiring multiple businesses that complement your own. Controlling a significant portion of your industry can give you a competitive edge. The more you control, the more wealth you can generate. Think big and take risks. John D. Rockefeller's success didn't come from playing it safe. Instead, he was known for his boldness and willingness to take calculated risks. When Rockefeller entered the oil business, It was a relatively new industry, and the competition was fierce. But he didn't hesitate to take a risk by investing heavily in oil refineries, even when others were skeptical about its long-term viability. What made Rockefeller's risks different from others was that they were calculated. He didn't gamble on just any opportunity. He did extensive research, developed a plan, and took action with confidence. This allowed him to minimize potential losses while maximizing potential gains. For you, the lesson is clear. Think big and take calculated risks. Many people never build wealth because they're too afraid to take chances. If you want to be wealthy, you have to be willing to step outside of your comfort zone, try new things, and take risks that could potentially lead to massive rewards. But remember, risk without a plan is reckless. Be strategic in your decisions, and don't be afraid to take bold steps toward your financial goals. Focus on efficiency and innovation. John D. Rockefeller was a master of efficiency. As Standard Oil grew, he constantly sought out ways to optimize his operations, reduce waste, and increase profits. He understood that the most efficient businesses were the most profitable, and he made it a priority to ensure that his company was always running at peak efficiency. But it wasn't just about improving existing processes. It was also about innovation. Rockefeller didn't just settle for what was working in the oil industry. He constantly sought new ways to improve and revolutionize the industry. He invested in new technology, improved refining processes, and developed better transportation methods, all of which gave him a competitive edge. For anyone looking to build wealth today, the lesson is clear. Focus on efficiency and innovation. Whether you're running a business or managing investments, always look for ways to improve your processes, reduce costs, and create new opportunities for growth. In today's fast-paced world, innovation is the key to staying ahead of the competition and building lasting wealth. Build strategic partnerships. While Rockefeller was a fierce competitor, he also understood the value of strategic partnerships. Throughout his career, he formed alliances with other influential business figures, which helped him expand his reach and strengthen his position in the market. These partnerships allowed him to share resources, access new markets, and reduce competition. One of the most famous examples of this is Rockefeller's partnership with railroads. By forging long-term contracts with railroad companies, he was able to secure favorable rates for transporting his oil, which gave him a huge advantage over his competitors. In today's world, the principle remains the same. Build strong partnerships with key players in your industry. Whether it's through joint ventures, collaborations, or mutually beneficial agreements, strategic partnerships can help you scale faster, access new resources, and increase your influence. Working together with others can amplify your efforts and help you achieve wealth faster than going it alone. Give back and create legacy. One of the most remarkable aspects of John D. Rockefeller's life was his philanthropy. Despite being one of the wealthiest men in the world, Rockefeller believed in giving back. He donated millions of dollars to causes such as education, health, and scientific research. His philanthropic efforts were not just about generosity. They were part of his broader vision of creating a legacy. Rockefeller understood that true wealth isn't just about accumulating money. It's about making a lasting impact on the world. His donations funded the establishment of universities, hospitals, and research institutions that continue to serve society today. For anyone seeking wealth, it's important to remember that the ultimate goal is not just financial success. It's also about creating a legacy that lasts. Whether through philanthropy, mentorship, or leaving a positive mark on your industry, giving back will not only enrich others, but also enhance your sense of purpose and fulfillment. If you want to achieve similar success, follow his example. Start with a clear vision, take massive action, and focus on building long-term wealth rather than short-term gains. And remember, the true secret to never working again is not just about accumulating wealth. It's about creating systems and investing in things that allow your money to grow while you live life on your terms. So, are you ready to start your journey to financial freedom? If you found this video valuable, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more life-changing wealth-building strategies. Let's make it happen.